Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the best power forwards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Here on this tier list, we got a list of 35 of the best power forwards in the game to go through and rank today. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. We got Timmy D as the first power forward on this list. At this point, with as many good power forwards as we have, I think he's low A. He's still really solid, great jumper, great fade. A lot of good about the card. Still has pretty darn good sigs with Garland dribble style, Kemba escape tray behind the back. He's only 6'11", which isn't elite size, and there are definitely a good chunk of power forwards better, but I still think he's a solid enough card to where you can make like a low A tier argument. That at least feels fair to me. Now, moving on to Jaren Jackson Jr. I think he's C. I'm not gonna have very many D tier guys in this list. I can just tell already. Look at this list. There aren't many guys that I think are D tier caliber, but there'll probably be a couple. That being said, Jaren is probably not one of those. He's 6'11" with a pretty good jumper. Doesn't do anything off the dribble really, but there's a lot of great power forwards. I think he's good enough to not be towards the bottom though. Greg Oden's also going to be an A tier for me. Pretty good movement, good jump shot, 7-footer with a big player build. Looks a little bigger than 7 foot. I think he's very solid, honestly. He's very affordable as well. Good card, very nice attainable option. Alex Sarr is another C tier to me. Big, good defender, but jumper's kind of average. Sigs are not special at all. At this point, he's kind of fine, not great. Wemby is S tier, of course. I mean, he's one of the best cards in the game. Basically perfect sigs at 7'4" with a very tough to contest jumper and glitchy animations. I mean, come on. The size rules, we know that. Dikembe Mutombo, very high A. I don't think he's quite going to go S tier just because we have a bunch of like really crazy GOAT cards and a couple invincibles and stuff like a Wemby, but Dikembe is great. He's got a super good jump shot. Defensively, he is awesome. I think he's a great card. He's also 7'2", so stud, but A tier. Chet Holmgren, jumper's not quite there. The sigs are also kind of eh, honestly, but he is 7'1" with 100 overall stats and badges. He's B tier. Wouldn't put him higher than that though. Jack Sigma, C tier, great jumper, but 6'11". He's not insanely fast. I think he's a little too limited at this point. He's probably C tier. Shaq is gonna go low S, like extremely low S. Honestly, he might not even be S. It's gonna be a big S tier if Shaq is an S tier, but I do think this is a pretty top heavy list, so I don't mind having a list that is slanted towards the top. As of now, I'll put Shaq in S tier, and if it's too lopsided, I might move him down. The only real criticism I have of Shaq is two things. Number one, there's a bunch of guys in this list that are taller than him. Number two, his jumper isn't unbelievably ridiculously great. It's good, it's very good, it's not insane. So a low S for me. Willis Reed, B tier, not as good as Tim Duncan, but really good jump shot, 6'11", 100 overall. He's solid. He just doesn't have great movement, and again, he's a little undersized. Brad Miller's probably D tier. His jumper's just not that great. He's not insanely fast. He's not a bad card, but we got to have a few D tier guys on the list. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, S tier, 7'2", perfect sigs, great jumper, incredible card. He's definitely better than Shaq. He's an easy S. DeAndre Ayton is another C tier to me. Just jumper isn't there. Honestly, I think he's D tier. The jumper just doesn't quite cut it for me. He does nothing off the dribble. I think he's D. Embiid's 7 foot, 100 overall. He's not as good as a Greg Oden, but he's probably B tier. Not a bad card. I wouldn't really run Artis Gilmore at power forward. His jumper's not spectacular. He is 7'2" with 86 speed and actually very, very good defense. So defensively, he fits. Offensively, he doesn't really fit what you're looking for at power forward, considering he doesn't do anything off the dribble and he's not an extremely elite shooter, nor is his jumper extremely elite. His size and defense switchability is very valuable. I think low B is fair. I would rather have him than these three guys, I think, at the power forward position, although Sigma's close-ish. I think I'd rather have Artis with how much size matters at this point in the year. KP is S tier. I think he's better than Shaq. His jumper's better. Movement isn't quite as good, but he also is an inch taller. I think he and Shaq are the lowest cards in S tier, but I do think they both probably do deserve to be in S tier, so we'll throw KP up there. Serge Ibaka is literally a Tim Duncan clone. They're basically the same card. Awesome sigs, great jumper as an undersized power forward. Awesome card though, and I do think he's probably A tier. David Robinson, S tier. The lowest of the GOAT cards in S tier, but he is still great, deserving of the S tier. Perfect sigs, 7'1". The jumper is that Oscar Robertson base, or the Oscar Robertson upper on the Patty Mills base, which is that inconsistent Vince Carter, Chris Webber jumper that a lot of people don't love. And so for me, while I do think he's S tier, I think he is a limited card in some ways as well. Bol Bol, I think for Bol, it's probably, I don't love this card at all. He is 7'3". His jumper's so mid, his sigs are not great. High B. But I'm not putting him higher than that. I would rather run Tim Duncan and Serge Ibaka with their movement and better jumpers. Rick Smits is an A tier for me. He's not S, but he is 7'4" with a great jumper. He's like a better Artis Gilmore, better jump shot, bigger. I think he's A tier, really good card. I think he's at power forward or center. He's one of the better attainable options in my team. Kwame Brown, not as good as an Ibaka or a Duncan. He doesn't move quite as good as them, and I don't think his jumper's quite as good either. I think he's a solid B tier, but I wouldn't put him higher than that. Yao Ming is an easy S. He's the best card in the game, power forward or center. Obviously, I don't think I have to explain myself on that one. Ewing's not as good as KP or Shaq. I think he's on that Smith to Kimbe level. They're both bigger than him, but he moves better than they do. Still a very good card, high A tier, but I don't think I'd go higher than that. Wimby is yet another S tier. You see how many S tier cards we have on this list? There's just a ton of great ones. 7-4, tough to contest. I know his SIGs aren't insane, but 100 overall, and everything's badged, right? He's basically a perfect card with 99 everything and 7-4 and an uncontestable jumper and Pro 2 fade. I know he doesn't have great SIGs, but he's still S tier. Hakeem, yet another S tier card, man. He is one of the best. He might be better than Kareem and Wimby, honestly. I think you could make that argument. His jumper is insane. He's basically 7-foot power forward Bob Pettit. He might be the best pure scorer in my team, and he's another no-brainer S tier as well. Michael Oluwakandi is an awesome card, to the point where I actually kind of want to put him A tier. I like him better than all these guys. His jumper's better than every single guy in B tier, except for maybe Willis Reed, but probably Willis Reed too. He's 7 foot. He's got a 7'8" wingspan, very big player build. He actually has decent SIGs, and he's great defensively. Big player build. Like I said, I really like this card. I think he's better than everybody in B tier. A tier for him. Bob Lanier is a super solid card. He's 6'11". He's got pretty good SIGs. He's not quite as good as a Tim Duncan or an Ibaka, in my opinion, but he's super solid. Like Kwame Brown, I think he's a solid B tier option. Ralph Sampson, give us our 9th S tier player. Probably the 3rd best power forward in the game, just because he's 7'4" and his jumper's almost uncontestable. Outside of Yao and Wimby, he's probably the best big man in my team right now. This card is broken. He's better than Wimby. He is the man as a 7'4" big. Bam Adebayo is only 6'9". He has no real SIGs. His jumper's nice, but he is not higher than C tier. Brook Lopez is a very solid 7-footer with a good jump shot and pretty good SIGs. I think he's A tier. Very, very solid, invincible big. He's definitely solid. DeMarcus Cousins is terrible. His jumper is awful. His SIGs are mid. He's undersized. I think he's easily D tier. Not a fan of that card at all. And then Wilt is our 10th S tier big man on this list. Goodness gracious, that is all we will have, but 10 of the 30 something cards on this list are S tier. The power forward position is stacked. Wilt with Patty Mills base, I forget what upper he has, but it's a very good one. He has an awesome card. Another incredible big man option. Miles Turner, jumper is not spectacular enough for him to be A tier to me. Otherwise, he's a very good card, but he's a little undersized, and I don't think the jumper is as good as a Duncan or an Ibaka. Nate Thurmond, A tier, but low A. I definitely like Brook Lopez a good bit better. Jumper's solid. He's 6'11". He's got pretty good movement. He's a very good invincible, but he's a lower A tier guy. And then Joakim Noah is a very, very good card in terms of jump shot, but the SIGs aren't quite there. He's also a little undersized. I think he's probably a B tier. So for me, yes, I said this was going to be a very top heavy list. I did not lie. All but 7 cards on the list are in the top 3 tiers, but it's a very stacked position, and I felt like I didn't want to put guys down on the list just for the sake of putting them down there. So hopefully that does make sense, and hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.